Wow, even if you're trying to fight demons, you have to fight a demon. Wow, he's already challenging. How to fight demonic attacks.
Wondered what to do if you experienced a demonic attack.
Well, definitely not listen to YouTube advice. Technically, the amount of noise that's disrupting my lifestyle, if I had a different lifestyle, noise wouldn't bother me. And I would be able to confront idiots around me. But the current lifestyle is that the idiots from every angle, including my mom. My mom is a big ass idiot that can't stop making noise. Unnecessary noise cannot be negotiated with. That's just what I'm born with, guys. I can't choose. I can't even choose whether or not to be honest because I'm born with that too. So prepare yourselves. We need to learn fighting demons. I already said that versus noise, you fight with isolation, but I just never fully understood how important that is. How important it is to isolate yourself successfully. Max stats anti-stress. We talked about, yeah, max stats 10. Great. Talked about stress. We have to revisit this topic to understand how to fight demons because it's literally the same thing. These are the demons. But if you don't understand how to fight them, you don't understand how to get out of a very disgusting situation. Slowly untangle yourself from sudden chains, sudden inability to live a proper life. It happened to me, and it probably happened to a lot of people during the apocalypse. Some people lost their homes because they can't afford food, they have to think, they can't afford relationships, right? In me, I cannot afford to move out to a different location that could potentially be cleaner than this shit. Because, I can't. I can't. This is disgusting. Dogs are barking, motorcycles are roaring. The noise has accumulated so much, but the worst of all is the fucking neighbors, bro. New neighbors, imagine that. New neighbors that can challenge me physically so they don't have to fucking listen, you know? And police does not catch criminals. Time and time again, this is the most obvious thing. They don't know how to do it. They don't give a fuck. They just have tons of power. And they're not gonna catch demons for you. Especially freshly baked demons. Those are the worst. Those are gonna torture people for a very long time. And more demons are gonna come saying earplugs. That's still demonic. That's not the full story of like what's gonna help you. Earplugs don't fucking do shit, by the way. They just cripple you. You have to find a perfect solution, technically. An absolutely perfect solution. Earplugs can maybe reduce like 50% of noise, right? I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what is the consensus? Because the worst thing you can do is give up, is spend time thinking about it even. You have to think about the future and that the future is going to be greater and the future is going to fucking wipe out anyone who just give in to the demons because it's so easy to give in. It's crazy when you just like bump into people and they already gave up. They already just sided with the demons. They don't care anymore. They don't have senses like normal humans do. They don't sense noise whatsoever. My mom, again, is a demon. It's a fucking demon. In comparison to me, anyone who is below you and does not respect you is a demon. And guess what? My mom don't be respecting me or being able to negotiate or understand what I'm asking. It's a long journey for that to happen. While my dad understands what I'm saying, but he doesn't want to be around or be helpful. You know, it just doesn't kind of, this not his thing. He wants to be a fucking nuisance instead. This is so much more fun. A demon. Anyone who does not respect you is a demon, and you have to start understanding that. And there might be a lot of them, by the way. Not only it's not just an enemy, but it's a demon. Because you might yet to make them an enemy, might yet to confront them, might yet to reduce the demon population so you can have several enemies that you can just still be respectful towards. You know, like it's like we still fought. You might have lost a few fucking battles, but they are like seemingly normal human beings sometimes. That's an enemy. One time they listened to me, that's an enemy. I technically have an enemy. Someone who was a fucking demon. I confronted them multiple times. And now they seem to understand. You know, face to face. You need that fucking face to face realization. And I'm like, damn. He actually is normal. Like, I shake his hand and it's just like, he felt enough respect to stop the bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, we got him. We got an enemy. I don't like him. He's not gonna be my friend. But it's good that he fucking stopped fucking harassing me. As an uncontrollable demon. It's crazy. So you have all these earplugs basically, and it's a never-ending research of what works best. Ignorance is gonna work like a bliss on these fucking idiots. It is best to ignore them, best to allow them to like juice up if they blatantly show disrespect and blast music, then it's easy to catch them. But in my case, I'm left with people who are very hard to catch. I was able to catch them with social workers and trim them from their screaming child. The child learns a behavior to scream almost every day. That was crazy, dude. It's just a learned behavior that I just called social workers, bam, slam, easy fix. You know, I don't even know what happened, what the conversation was. I wish I knew. But who fucking cares? I defeated another demon that's now an enemy. Their child is an enemy, but they're still a fucking demon. They spawned that demon. They created a fucking sexual ritual that spawns not a baby, but a demon. They have chosen to do that. They have homegrown a fucking demon that screams, that immediately picks up the nearest fucking weapon, basically, of his choice, and starts screaming. And it's like, that's normal for them. They just have it around. It's just laying around, you know? It's a normal thing. That everyone else, again, every single person around just accepted it. Just like, well, the child likes to scream. What can I fucking do? Nothing, right? There's nothing I can do, so I just bend over and fucking accept it. That's what surrounding people always do. And it just blows my mind. You don't have to accept the circumstances. You can, in fact, fight back. But this is how fucking pathetic people actually are. They get eaten by demons really fast. They become submissive to demons really fast. Holy shit. Well, to be actually eaten, to be consumed by a demon, it's a slow process, but it just happens slowly and surely and every day. Anytime you have to use a brain cell to detect that demon actually is in your room or somewhere around and you don't feel fully safe, that's you being eaten. That's you being attacked. And getting weakened and weakened until you fucking die, basically. Because you didn't fought back. Like, I literally, after the conversation ended with my newly brute enemy, he goes home, but he's like, asshole. But the actual ending of the story was, oh, you're not giving up. You know? It's interesting. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not one of those fucking NPCs. Isn't that crazy? And just a little bit of respect has been achieved. Unbelievable. So we have a fucking combo, dude. Fucking combo. Very effective. Excellent. So basically, noise canceling headphones. What do we have here? Real world reduction of decibels. So you can see it barely even reduces the decibels. However, it's fine. I believe 10 decibels is like 50% of the actual noise. Yeah, 10 times? 100 times? You can 10 times with 10 decibels. 1,000 times? Wow. It's a 10 times scale, so you can actually reduce something by 1,000 times with this so-called combo earplugs, bro. Looks like noise canceling is pretty powerful. Overall, even like minimum is 15 decibels. Pretty powerful. And I probably still haven't bought it yet. Maybe I bought like tiny earphones. Why is this not being shown? Alright. High frequency, we don't care about that. We just want to beat up low frequencies, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Good what? Good what? Plus good seal. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Seal is incredibly important because, like, if you use your finger, you can seal your ear extremely well. And earplugs can give you this, like, perfect isolation from the rest of the world, which is sometimes, unfortunately, incredibly important. And, well, NPCs who have surrendered to the demons, let them die. You can't save them. I'm sorry, dude. You will have such a hard time saving those fucking NPCs. Now, if you encounter them actually in trouble and you can do something, it is absolutely unhumane to not try. Absolutely try to do something. You have a heart, you don't want to be a person who didn't do anything, who didn't even call police, firefighters. You know, that sort of thing. You have to participate in this fight versus demons when it's like blatantly problematic. And someone else can step in and see, yeah, this is kind of disturbing. We can fix this, blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing is doable. But I almost like disrespected this like noise cancellation thing. That's just who I am, dude. I sometimes disrespect the solution, simply thinking of maybe there's another way. And even though demons got their technology upgraded, so did I, you know? I can still fight back. Sword versus shield, whatever it takes. So with this, let's hear it. Let's hear some advice that
You
people
know,
have.
many people demonic attacks and voices. And
Now, with voices is a lot weirder. I mean, I had that shit. And I realized that it's sort of like a voluntary thing to hear voices, to generate, to give your brain space to like pick up fucking transmission of voices or something. I don't know. You can also start imagining things, but you can always control this. It's a voluntary thing. This like schizophrenia thing, it's a voluntary thing, unfortunately. You manifest these shadows, you manifest weird phenomena. Voluntary. This is technically why medication somehow works, but it just literally suppresses all your functions. So you don't even have energy to manifest stupid things for yourself. Medication is always going to rob you of your energy and your abilities to do things. And if you use brain in the wrong way, you'll start manifesting stupid shit for sure. Stupid ideas. You're going to be rude to other people. You're going to be loud, aggressive. You know, like you're going to use that energy to be a very nasty person or gonna manifest all kinds of fears and expectations that something bad is gonna happen. You got to stop yourself from doing that. People call that chemical imbalance, but the reality is the way we treat it is just reduce the energy levels of that person. So it's not chemical imbalance, it's just too much. Too much is going, you're doing too much. You're kind of having like this anxiety burst of trying to control reality way too much when no, don't do that. Don't just let things kind of play out a little bit. So I'm seeing like I probably made a mistake. There are times, there is night time when I don't have to listen to bullshit. I don't like, I don't like that my private property has been taken hostage basically. I don't like that. And it's nice to be able to attempt to confront people responsible. You still have to spend time thinking about it. Of like, if you confront that person, what would you do? I already have a perfect image in my brain of like, because I confronted one time. What would I do? One thing that works very well when confronting people is try to calm them down. If they can't calm down that they are just permanent demons and they're disgusting people, you gotta calm down the situation. You have to raise the stakes and be a little bit aggressive at the start, but you gotta calm down. Gotta appear like a reasonable person. Like a person that people would want to listen to and just like, I don't want no trouble. Would be like the consensus in the end. Yeah, confrontation is kind of a weird word. Where you literally confront a person that you are interested to talk to about something that bothers you, basically. So yeah, my personal favorite way to act out at the start, to be a little bit too loud and proud and just kind of insult at the start if I have to, kind of poke the bear. But if they just go all the way, being upset all the way, and they can't have a conversation, this is wrong with them, bro. You can try after a few failed attempts to do the normal confrontation without any sort of like sparks, and then hope that a person will listen because all of a sudden, you know, they would expect like an apology or something, or would get the vibe of an apology, but instead you still seriously want them to stop doing stupid shit. Now it's hard. It's hard to even explain sometimes the situation that you're in. People don't respect that at all. And it's just overall dumb. Because it's very difficult to communicate with people, especially during capitalism. The best thing you can do to communicate, the funny thing is, and I should also do another solution basic. There's multiple solutions. And I've talked about this many times, but we got diving really deep into this. Public awareness is a solution. So one good way to induce public awareness is to put on foam on my door. Foam on my door. So not only people understand that foam exists, they can touch it, basically they can see uh, that I'm serious about noise cancellation and all that shit. And it's just there. They can sort of peel it off. They can sort of damage it. They can disrespect it. But you shouldn't expect disrespect. That's like the most disgusting thing. If it happens, it's a very serious problem, and you can probably talk about it with authorities. But overall, it's nice to just even send a message. Even puts four like cheap phone panels. I believe they're like 80 cents a piece for me when I bought it. So what? I'm just sacrificing €3 to just send the message of like, I'm pretty fucking serious. This might inspire other people to buy it, your neighbors to buy it. Same shit. put it on their walls. So you don't even have to talk to them. It's just like it's there. So public awareness will at least calm you down because you tried something reasonable. The next thing for public awareness, the whole next level, is apartment meeting. Apartment meeting, which I can hijack. I can literally take over that meeting and induce my solutions to the problems. And it's like we always have to be equipped. I can always raise my stakes and be like, hey guys, listen, I want to take care of technology here because I started caring about technology. I started buying things online because of this thing. Literally because of the noise, I started buying things uncontrollably. Most of these things are going to be useless. Like I have a printer for black and white documents. I have a 3D printer. I can't really use them. It doesn't feel good using those items. I feel too lazy. But one thing stuck, and one thing improved my life, is an air fryer. Alright? Just pop this out, put food in, pop it in, cook for 30 minutes, bam, slam, you have proper food. I've never had proper food before. The convenience is off the roof. Out of this world, bro. Convenience. Microwave convenience of any kind is always going to be the top tier technology. Plus, anything that helps you turn cheap food like potatoes into actual meals is an absolutely golden technology that everyone needs to have in their homes. And I would potentially be able to buy it for them. All the technology in the apartment meeting, I can just take over and get some kind of responsibility in my hands and just kind of introduce myself of like, well, I don't know much, but I can do research on technology and whatever the fuck you guys need. I can improve your lives, make it better, and protect you from noisy pieces of shit. If it suddenly happens, you have them earplugs, best quality, I give you best quality things, and I test them myself and all that shit. So I do get an opportunity, one more opportunity this year to get to the apartment meeting. It only happens once a year. It's only fucking Christmas time. And if you truly prepare yourself, maybe I can squeeze some kind of like genuine reward out of this. I'm also very much aware that in the apartment meeting, my neighbors don't go. They don't go there. And I'm very pleased by that because they would actually put too much pressure on something that is important to me and not them. They shouldn't be fucking bothered. They should be scared. After all, they should be fucking shamed. That's fine. So raise your self-esteem. Keep growing, keep finding avenues because that is the thing that will keep you hopeful at least. And you'll be able to feel the progress. And even if everything fails, you still have spending extra time to develop yourself. So I finally was able to break through and do my rendering engine. Mind you, I can still continue improving this significantly and continue blowing people's minds. Right now, people are spending time with like a ray-traced Minecraft, and I don't approve the message. I think this is going to be so much crazier. People don't even understand the level of craziness that this actually can provide. And I have to keep myself busy. If I put on earplugs, I can't make videos. And I have to accept that fate. I can't make videos. I can't do my commentary. I can't listen to other people's videos. But what I can do is tune into my hard work and just grind. And technically, it's a genuine fight. Like, if you have to fight demons, do you understand that you will have to raise your fist and go into full fucking battle mode? That there is no turning around. You see Russian, and you Ukraine the shit out of them.
There are 5 steps that work very well in
Alright, let's hear it.
getting forces. Unfortunately, is a very normal thing, and they can have varying levels of.
Unfortunately. This should raise some eyebrows of like, what? Why is this normal? It's actually not normal. It is not normal. Obviously, you gotta grow thick skin. It's very common to encounter demonic entities, but when you do proper actions to remove these things from your life, it is not gonna be normal. You don't have to normalize this shit. People live a very different lives, and this demonic shit, nah. Obviously, if you're rich and famous, do you think you're gonna encounter demonic entities that often? I don't know. I doubt it. If rich and famous people wanted to complain, they can complain anytime. They're welcome to complain. But they don't do that shit. They know that they're not dealing with big enough problems to be able to complain about shit. That they're just gonna be ridiculed. That Pokemon cannot grasp for straws and find a problem to complain about anymore and relate to. Because he just has enough money to not have any problems. But, as normal as it is to get into trouble and deal with demonic shit, first of all, apocalypse has to happen for this shit to be justified, even. If it's happening across the world, then it's normal. If it's pandemic style problem, and it still lingers, by the way, to this day, for like 3 years more, we're still gonna go through this like period of trying to position appropriate people who can actually solve the problem that we're facing. Right now, UK is trying to take back the powers, claw back basically with the second elections, local elections. They're trying to claw back into being able to do something about this illegal immigration, dude. To do something against the people who took power and just wasted, you know? It should be illegal to promise a bunch of things and deliver the opposite, you know? Like, what are people even voting for? What is democracy if you just 180 on your decisions? It's crazy. So, unfortunately, it is not normal to face demons. It's definitely gonna happen in everyone's lives. Everyone will face demons or become demons. That's the problem, you know, is you just never know. And it is a challenge, it's a life challenge, it's how you get challenged in life and what determines whether you're going to be successful or not. You know, whether you successfully defeat demons, because then you become significantly faster and stronger as a human being. Significantly more respectable. Because in order to successfully fight back, you have to use the best things you can possibly do. You have to do the best things you can possibly do. Or the best things you can force yourself to do. There are gonna be limitations. But this is what's gonna determine your success. It's kind of it bothers me so much, though. That's my success, the way I fight demons, not how hard I work or anything. No, the way you fight demons is your success. Because the way you upload your first videos and you get first surge of attention, it's always going to be demonic. It's always going to be nasty. People not going to accept you with open arms that easily. No matter what you do, because there's always fatigue going on of like, oh, here's another person that I have to give a fuck about that may not have delivered high quality things. And I don't want to. I don't want to deliver high quality things to people. I want to deliver high quality things for myself first. I want to treat myself first. people very much don't understand that bullying poor people is demonic. That is the most basic demonic thing. This is what has to be widely understood. Poor people should not be bullied. You should be very respectful to poor people. Homeless people, extremely respectful. Why wouldn't you be? You can always bully a rich person, a person in a suit who's projecting richness, or something that just people don't naturally have, that poor people cannot afford. Always bully people like that. Those people don't deserve your respect. Those people don't even deserve your silence. You can attack people who have more just to see what's going to happen, just to ingrain into your brain, what did these rich people do? You know? How did they respond to demons? Maybe they will teach you something. I don't know. Maybe they're good people. Or maybe they crack and cave in. You inspire others to do the same thing, and eat the rich happens right in front of your eyes as you raise your flag in intention to destroy the rich. But bullying poor is demonic because you're attacking people who can defend themselves. You're attacking people who you can just get away with attacking, not understanding that potentially a demon hunter will show up and arrest you and put you in jail for 24 years in Filipino prison. Even if you are a YouTuber. Oh no. Oh, you attacked poor people. Shouldn't have done that.
Oppressed from spiritual forces. You see,
Here we go. Here we go off the rails, basically. Spiritual. We introduce spiritual realm, which is not necessary. Which is why you don't listen to YouTube advice. Fucking
free
hell.
from spirit. And the woman said to the serpent,
identify the lie.
Serpent back from the enemy, and the attack came in the form of a lie.
I have no use of this. Moving on.
Now look at John. Confuse and mislead you through lies. And when this happens, you need to identify the lie. And it may take time to
well, what demons will do naturally is lie to you to try and bounce you back and try to fucking blow drama out of proportions. Besides, they believe in lies. They possess other people because other people give in to the lies. And technically, it is a reasonable first step. You know, mostly being aware that people just gonna give in to the lie. People give in to the child screaming as if it's normal. They're gonna normalize very weird things. Weird behavior is gonna be normalized. Lies gonna spread like a disease. And good first step. I actually approve this.
try to the enemy will do when they attack you. And they'll normally start by giving you a lie, and then they'll try to get you to believe the lie, and then this lie will
very interesting, very disruptive.
Act as a what love is. And this is just
wait, now we're attacking pornography, guys. Okay. We literally ended up fighting insults again. Are you fucking kidding me? Berating insults. You don't consume pornography, dude. When love actually exists, and you can somehow take its hands, and love leads you somewhere where you're supposed to be, fine, let's go. But if you don't get it, you're not lying to yourself by saying there's no love. There's just like, there's no woman that I can spend time with. There's no friends that I can spend time with, searching for women that I can spend time with. If there's none of the resources to generate love, I'm sorry, bro. This ain't no fucking fruit of lies and self-destruction. Pornography. Besides, you do it, and it's over, and you move on. Right? Fucking crazy, man. Literally the same thing. Why are these animators trying to fucking attack incels so badly? What happened to you
just
guys?
an example. And I'm not saying that if someone struggles
yeah.
with porn, another example is regularly yelling at people. And this would be the fruit. And the reason
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to redefine things, and it's like also
why someone would regulate. And the root
people yell not because of anger, but because of rage. If I'm angry, I can yell sometimes when I'm enraged, when anger just gets out of control, basically, sets on fire. Now, this is rage. People don't yell. Like, I'm an angry person. I'm a very angry person. I get fucking really upset. An angry person is more likely to just cut you off and leave you alone and just be really proud of that. Remind you of, like, fuck you, you know? Turn into a diva. That's what an angry person does. But a raging person is gonna use like yelling to try and like dominate basically the other person, try to fucking guilt shame them, just really quickly fight them through unusual forms of, you know, abuse. Because physical abuse is not allowed, so they're gonna use unusual forms, which is gonna be yelling in that case. So it's not an anger issue whatsoever. It's a lack of no. It's like overwhelming courage on something. If you're courageously attacking something that is worth attacking, something is worth raging on, that's fine. I do it sometimes. But if you do it all the times, yeah, you are a demon. I faced that shit apparently.
could be purge me with hyssop, and I
Fucking step number 2 already convoluted.
shall be clean. It from me.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Restore to
Don't
me the
just
joy of
read.
yourself. Repentance to God is one of the most powerful tools that we have against the enemy. The enemy
Guess where the God is? Free will, my friends. You can do whatever you want. You are the gods. With limitations, but the endless possibilities is also the God. Of anything can happen, and you have to let yourself live as many days with the least amount of stress, allowing opportunities to happen. And that's the best way I can interpret this advice. Otherwise, if you just pray, like what? Technically, you can hope for good things to happen, and that's what I'm talking about. But you can do plenty to lean towards, not just through prayer. Like that's kind of fucking basic, you know. But yeah, religion kind of like upholds just a single word, and is faith. And again, anything can happen. There's rich people that can open their hearts and be like, yeah, I probably should help this person because they helped me or whatever. You gotta create these opportunities where you can escape the demons. You can escape the environment that doesn't like you anymore for no good reason. Or maybe they just never give you a good chance to explain yourself. Maybe you just failed a few too many times and now it's a very dirty environment. Or maybe you need to reset your, who knows, right? You can always hope for things to change for the better and start seeking opportunities.
and now he
Yeah, I don't care.
stand against the lie. Ephesians chapter 7. For we do not
So far, I interpret this as defeat the stress, most importantly. Don't get consumed by demons. Don't actually think about it too much. You have to be able to be productive no matter what is going on, if possible. And you have to basically cut off whatever limbs, whatever the amount of things you have to sacrifice. You have to make the change in your life to significantly reduce stress that is coming from this like nasty situation that you can't battle your way through, and create a situation where, like, if I moved to a different location, I still have another location to move to. Technically, I could start a new life. Technically, I could learn new skills and really actually improve my life. I'm not convincing myself enough to do it, I would rather just put up a big ass shield and push through it, push through into the future because I feel success is around the corner, and I want to be always ready to make YouTube videos. I don't want to make crazy sacrifices, you know. But you have to position yourself in a stress-free world, even if you have to make sacrifices, because the biggest sacrifice is losing time, losing patience. You will want to kill if you are constantly stressed. You will want to cut your enemies into pieces, fight demons in a hand-to-hand combat, basically, which is very likely going to result into a loss. You know, you will do serious confrontations if you have to, but now they are extremely dangerous. And obviously, that's the idea of fighting stress. Now, I don't know what this guy means, so let's unpack
wrestle
it.
against the enemy. You see, there needs to be confidence in knowing that you can be equipped properly for engaging in spiritual warfare.
Yeah, you can only maintain confidence if you reduce stress. If you can calm down, if you are allowed to calm down. Not in the middle of battle. In the middle of battle, it's fine to, you know, feel the pressure, but feel that you're still in control. It's the moment you really need calmness, you have to be able to achieve it somehow. Make sacrifices, make weird moves, whatever it takes. Try new things. Try and just run around the corner, spin around the block, just to kind of create your presence. Basically, it's fine. There are always so many things you can do. Basically, I have to acknowledge that as well. But I was semi-correct. It's just this is not coherent, so let's not expect anything from this video. It's just fucking you need Jesus in your life type of video with a little bit of a manly sort of a gameplay-ish perspective.
Fair. Look at James chapter 4. This is from his progress in accomplishing what God is calling him to do. And that's why demons attack us, to hinder and prevent God.
Because we consent to watching these shitty fucking advice videos. That's why demons attack us, bro. And again, sometimes the demonic attack is not like directed to you because you're a very strong person, but you still get to see like your environment kind of suffocate from all this bullshit that people don't know how to deal with, and you don't know how to help them unless something really bad happens. Then, sure, I can finally raise my hand and tell authorities something's fucking going on here, something cooking. You kind of need to raise a hand to the correct authorities just to be sure that the thing will be fixed. You have to find it, basically. You have to kind of consult anyone nearby if they know authorities that could do something for a particular situation. Just like a fire can be only defeated with firefighters, you sometimes need a very special person to defeat the problem that you're dealing with. And a YouTube video is not one of those
God's
things.
work in us.
Jesus.
So like Jesus.
Jesus.
We need to take
You need Jesus. That's what it is. That's just
stand
the video.
aggressively when we're
Unfortunately,
being
Jesus is gonna be mentioned in this video. That's what you have
distracted,
to feel.
and either say out loud or in your head, "Get
Oh my! No!
behind me in Jesus' name."
Get the fuck out of here! Say to the demon, "Get behind me!" What the fuck, man?
You are with script.
This is why people don't really respect these holy NPCs, but they get such shitty commands from the holy influencers. I'm sorry, dude. Get behind me, you demon.
So for you, God,
I can absolutely say to demons, subscribe. I cannot say follow me or get behind me. Like, what the fuck, dude? You always have to say to the demons, subscribe. You gotta make them fucking think that they have to pay. And they should be guilty for not paying.
so also will
I think we just derailed so hard. There's nothing left. Replace lie with the truth. Or I'll think of something to replace this with.
Will it be with this? He tells them about
I just realized how ironic that is. I'm replacing something. Maybe now that you're stress-free, that you're supposed to be stress-free, you have to also be productive and research towards being as powerful as you can possibly be, and research what other people deal with and how they deal with things. Not to take their advice, but just have general awareness expanded. Be ready as a problem solver of what things you can sort of try, what little things you can try. Never actually follow someone's advice, because they probably are also weak people, you know? They're also potentially giving up to the demons. Like, I've seen people, like, wage retaliations and set up white noise in their rooms, and none of these things are actually good. So, people will find weird-ass solutions to things.
and he said
For me, I say the best solution is a clean confrontation. It's a one-on-one battle, basically, that you have a chance to win. And if you can actually take that chance, it's the most beautiful thing. If you pull through. Man, these fucking YouTube channels are demons. If anything. Because they have more. And now they occupy space. They occupy the search terms. And it suffocates humanity with all this garbage. I guess I should feel guilty for typing demons. You know, what did I expect, right? If not spiritual, some kind of fucking pushback. But demonic things is just like being beyond enemy. Being beyond cruel. Being actually dangerous. An enemy is just a person that you're competing against that you don't like. A demon is something that can fucking ruin your life. That's it. That's the whole fucking difference.
leaves a person
How else would you call that person? What is the better definition? It fits into place so well. And somehow your brain, at least my brain, is capable of just comprehending definitions like that so easily. It's like that's how brain works. That's how brain wants to work. Brain says magical word of demon and it feels things. And I can decode my feelings. It's just so beautiful. So keep doing research, keep fighting, keep preparing yourself. Maybe something will click into place, you never know. It's replaced with the fucking truth. Well, again, a lie is a struggle. And the more truth you put in, the struggle might just disappear. So, if you're capable of translating these biblical scriptures that has been posted. Wait, I don't get to see how old this video is? That's disgusting. 1 year ago. Oh yeah, I actually removed description and I regret it. The description comes back 1 year ago. Alright.
anxiety, replace it with peace, quick temper, replace it with patience, selfishness, replace with kindness,
Why be so strategic about it? You just need more positivity. Replace noise with music is what I'm saying. This whole fucking time. This is the inspiration for the video. Replace noise with music. And technically you can only replace things in the real world. So if someone is not being kind, you can be kind. You can step in when other people don't do that and help someone in need. If you are in need, however, it's a lot more bigger of a struggle, but there's still content out there. There's still things you can change to make things more positive. So you don't have to be strategic, you just have to be good and continue improving to be better.
evil thoughts, replace them with good harshness, replace
And then the only thing you have to focus on is just not worrying too much, just living life because you are a good person, and that's the most powerful thing. A stress-free life where you genuinely improve in every aspect, like you become the most dangerous thing to these demons. Because if they make a mistake and you are ready to retaliate against that mistake, they might be confronted in some fucking terrifying ways. They were not ready. But they will have to accept defeat, basically. By accident. Defeat by accident. That is the most powerful thing you can pull. So the best thing to do is remind yourself that self-improvement is gonna lead you to opportunities to kind of nudge things into your favor. And it's just the most powerful thing. That's why during the apocalypse you have to seek power. You have to seek ability to resist all of these like pushes in all kinds of directions. Apocalypse happens every like 30 years. For 8 years straight, you have to seek power now to be able to hold on to the things that you have. And the things you have become that much stronger and that much more useful and that much more intact. You know, when I survived the apocalypse with my mom becomes that much more powerful. She gets awareness of technology that I have, slight awareness. It's not bad. Like, I've seen improvements. It is very slow. You have to accept that. Improvement is fucking slow. But this sort of strategy is so weird.
Replace it with harshness, replace it with gentleness. Fleshly desires, replace them with self-control. Shame.
Again, if you can step in a situation where bad things are happening and you can replace them with good things, yeah, cool. But in reality, the best thing you can do is cut off negativity in your inner life, something that bothers you, something that makes you uncomfortable, and reduce the stress. But we don't have to talk about it, do we?
Pay attention to step number 5. Walk in truth. Psalm chapter 86, verses 11 to 13. Teach.
Yeah. What this makes me think is of potential failures. You also have to be aware of avoiding failures. And that you could be failing right now, that you might not be doing enough, that you might not be doing the right thing. And you have to slap yourself in the face. To walk the truth is to remind yourself what is the best solution every single time, because you can forget. You can lose control, you can lose patience. And unfortunately, you have to grip yourself back together and use that free will to put yourself back together, because no one else will. So basically solidify the habits. There shouldn't be a downfall, there shouldn't be a collapse of a habit just fading away, and now you're just bitter, kind of feeling like you came back to square one, that nothing improved, and that's the most devastating thing. So you gotta truly establish something that works. Or if everything fails constantly, you gotta panic and come up with a completely new solution. For me, I still have hope that things
me your way, O
gonna
Lord,
work out.
that I may walk in love toward me. You
It
have
is
delivered my
not-
soul from.
It is not easy to condemn all these NPCs who are just giving in to the demons, because when aggression happens, you sort of give in to the aggression just because, like, okay, you're a piece of shit, but I'll give you that. I'm a kind person, I'll give you that. That's sort of understandable, but at the same time, it is very fishy when you do that, when you feel good about it. You should feel weak when you just give in. Always resist. There's no reason to not resist evil when you're capable of resisting. But the most important part of why ignorance is a bliss, right, is that sometimes it is a good solution. It is possible to pull off ignorance. It's just don't get too cocky, because you might actually turn it into like brain damage or something. You can ignore things by focusing on way better and more important things, and making sure that those things like liberate you or something, right? Now that you have an enemy, you can turn that enemy into motivation. Why you should keep going forward as fast as you can. If you can't do that, that is a direct way to fight everyone else because you're still doing your thing. And you're pissed, but they will get their revenge. You'll be able to spit in their face. You know? You have to fight for that feeling of disrespecting all these pieces of shit, leaving them behind, blinging the riches that they will never have, the power that they will never have, that slip through their fingers because they were disrespectful to you and they didn't pay attention to you, so they deserve to feel punished for becoming demons, for taking an easy way that means I don't care about anyone else and whatever people say, I'm not gonna fucking listen, and blah blah blah. Taking that path. And again, cut off the tumor, move on with your life. Don't give in to it. Don't give in to the disease by any means. During the apocalypse, you are forced to seek power. Power and control, because demons are going to try and use power and control to dominate. They just found a perfect moment to do that. It's so fucked up.
The depths of God to teach him.
It's so fucked up that they use that opportunity. But that's the whole point, you know? Fight is a fight, and it eventually will end, and that opportunity will shut the hell down.
So battle. It's
well, anyways,
time to fight back. And the way we do things, surrounded by people who also walk in those truths. Okay? You repent from the lie. You rebuke the
so what do? You
lie.
Lie,
You
lie,
replace the
lie,
lie with
lie,
truth,
lie, lie.
and then you walk in that.
Lie. Pinpoint a way to reduce stress. Even this is too stressful. 5 points, way too many. Reduce stress to the point where you can progress. You can turn the demons into motivation to progress. Escape their grasp. You can ignore them if you cannot defeat them. If you cannot make your confrontational moves and change anything, you have to back off and now do the ignorance thing. It is sort of a sword and shield situation, right? When you get a good opportunity, good grip, fucking slash their throats, bro. Make them pay. With a good opportunity, you know, you can chase a demon away. It's funny. It's a funny thing to do. So, it is helpful to have a little bit of a bone structure for my videos. I don't want to insult this. This is fine. Fine material to chew on for me. But things can be a lot more simpler when you just don't copy and paste the nearest Bible. Thanks for watching, guys. And again, just thinking about it, just actually putting effort, just like I'm making this video, it helps liberate you. Just forcing to think about it. If you write or create anything or express the thing that is happening somehow, you will be able to analyze the situation properly. You'll be able to fill in the gaps, and all the aspects of the problem is going to be more clear, and you'll be able to like poke around and be able to make progress. It's important to write things down or express it out loud or talk to people around you if possible, whatever it takes, right? For me, it's a YouTube. You watch a YouTube video, congratulations till the very end. Bye.